Hi guys, welcome to another video. Today we're going to be talking about dream protection and creating your dream persona. Dreams hold so much power. It is when your mind, body, and spirit pretty much like kind of separate from each other. Your spirit goes and travels the universe and the astral plane, going through multiverses, past, present, future. It's traveling, meeting with other spirits, doing missions, side quests, many things you can be doing within your dreams. You can also be tackling maybe some subconscious issues you're having, or maybe some guilt, maybe some fear, maybe some anxiety that may be surrounding like some certain situations. Many powers come from dreams. In so many cultures, dreams can be used to tell prophecies. In Hawaiian culture, they get their baby names from dreams, which could be in other cultures. I just know for sure it's in like Hawaiian culture, which I think is very unique and very cool. In dreams, you can also communicate with passed on loved ones, help them kind of cross that bridge. I've done that for two loved ones that have sadly passed. Um, I've helped many spirits pass, or if they were in trouble, or if someone felt like they needed help in some way or form. I've been able to be there, thankfully, and kind of assist in things like that. But while dreams can be helpful and they can like be magical, they can also be very dangerous. There are darker energies that prey on you when you are in your most vulnerable state. They use these moments of vulnerability to take energy, could use sign contracts, poison your mind, body, and spirit. And so today we're going to be talking about how you can tell what those energies are, how to identify them, how to gain control within your dreams, and then how you can protect yourself against them. Starting off with ways on how to identify these evil energies. The main and more common one would be through sexual encounters within dreams. Okay, a lot of this can happen during like group settings or in a dark way or just in a weird way where it's not very comfortable. You can tell that the energy is off, like if something just feels off, it's just wrong, it's not right. You can also wake up feeling tired, drained, you can feel sick, you can feel gross, you can feel like disgusted with yourself maybe. That is one way that they can take your energy. That is mainly by succubus, where they do take your energy in that way. Another way is through food. They can feed you in dreams, they can give you drinks in dreams, they can have you consume something in dreams. Think of the movie Spirited Away, when the parents ate the spirit food and they turned into pigs and they were kept captive as like slaughter pigs in Yubaba's farm that she had with the other pigs. You can also think of Hansel and Gretel, how the lady was feeding them so much that they got fat so they couldn't escape when she was ready to eat them and put them in the oven. That is a way that they can get to you, is having you consume things where it can also slowly poison your spirit, in your mind, in your body. And so then you start feeling sick in the waking days, or you can feel depressed or sad. That is a way that they can take energy from you. Another way that they can gain control over you or take energy from you is contract signing. Think of Rumpelstiltskin from Shrek. He didn't fully express or fully say the intentions he had when he had Shrek sign that contract. That is how they get you. They can disguise a contract as different paperwork, or sometimes the words can be blurry in dreams and you can't fully read what's going on and you sign it. And it doesn't just have to be papers to sign a contract. You can verbally agree to something, you can shake hands, you can have some kind of form of agreement where you have agreed to something that binds them to you. So just being careful with what you're signing, what you're saying, and what you're doing, and what you are agreeing to in dreams is very important. They can also disguise themselves as loved ones. They can come to you as someone that's very close to you, a coworker, mom, dad, family, partner. They can come to you in a form that you can trust and you trust daily, and that is how they get you. Things you want to look out for is things that they probably wouldn't say in the waking day. They can be off, eye color could be off, um, their body language, things they say, the way they look, their height, something can be off. So look for those differences. And honestly, just trust your intuition and the energy of the person. If you feel like, I don't feel safe, maybe I'm like in danger, like if you feel uncomfy, get out of that situation within that dream. That is not your loved one, and that could be a demon disguising themselves, where they can easily coerce you into signing some kind of agreement or attachment or take your energy in some shape or form. Now, the most obvious one would be just no tricks. They come to you in their true form. The more common form that they come to, at least for me, would be just black shadow, red eyes. For my mom, it's black shadow, red eyes. Sometimes they get take on physical forms, but they will have a darker type of like aesthetic to them and red eyes. Kind of like how like the Volturi wears like the black cloaks and they have like the blood red eyes. Like that would be like how they would like come to me, is like if they were coming to me like humanoid-esque, but mainly it's a black shadow, red eyes, and that is how you know it's a demon and in immediate danger, and you can wake yourself up, which we'll be getting into next. How to become lucid in your dreams. It's important that you gain control within your dreams to one, stop yourself from creating any agreements or get you out of situations where you are transferring your energy over to a demon, but also being able to in wake yourself up in dangerous situations. I've been able to wake myself up in dreams where I knew I needed to get out. I've been able to teleport myself in dreams to a more safer environment that I have created within my mind, to get out of dangerous situations, or honestly, just to get a break from a whole bunch of stress. One of the things that help with this is journaling. So anytime you have a dream, whether you remember it or not, start writing it down, because after a while, after a consistency, you are now training your brain and subconscious to remember these dreams. So then you can better recall them and write down details and do more research on trying to decipher that. What could it mean? What possibly happened? What's going on? Think of Max and Shark Boy and Lava Girl. He journaled his dreams and he created these superpowers and these superheroes in this world. And after a while in the movie, after he realized that, oh, this is real and I do have the power, he became lucid enough within that world to defeat the bad guy within by the end of the movie and things like that. You can also listen to lucid dream frequencies when you go to sleep. Just setting that attention in that frequency and attuning yourself to that can help. You can meditate. Meditation is important because when you're sleeping, you want to put yourself in a meditative state. So you kind of have more control over where you're going within the dream world, or have better control in the dream world itself. Just so that transition isn't like so abrupt or uneasy, you have a smoother transition. So practicing meditation throughout the day can help you ease that transition in at night when you are going to sleep. You can do reality checks. So like, like when you're having like a panic or like anxiety attack, what are you seeing? What are you smelling? What are you tasting? What do you see, smell, taste? What are you feeling? You know, eyes, ears. What you hear. Sorry, I had to like remember. I know the five senses, guys. Um, but doing those throughout the day can also help you decipher if you were in a dream or in reality. Like, oh, I need to pinch myself. I must be dreaming. Something like that. Sometimes I have dreams where they seem so real. It feels like I'm like in the real world. Like, I've had dreams where I've had like whole conversations with people, and then I'll wake up and they're like, yeah, no, that never happened at all. But that could also be you astral projecting and speaking with somebody else's spirit. So being able to decipher those is important. All right. Drinking tea. Drinking or smoking or consuming herbs that help with inducing better dreamlike states can help. So, like blue lotus, chamomile, and passion flower are just like a few that you can use to help induce lucid dreaming and a deep dreamlike state and relaxation within your dreams. Next, onto the next page. Have my notes. Um, Crystal protection. So a way that you can physically protect yourself while you go to sleep is crystals. So you can place them under your bed, um, inside your pillow, under your pillow, somewhere within your sleeping area. Some crystals that help with protection and dreams would be like black tourmaline, obsidian, selenite, lapis lazuli, etc. You can do your research and grab any crystals that you feel would better aid you within your dreams and dream protection. Okay. Another one is going to be essential oils. And I forgot to add amethyst. Amethyst as well. I love me some amethyst. All right. Essential oils. You could place that in your sleeping environment. You could do like candles, a humidifier, things like that to aid in the dreamlike state. So, like lavender, chamomile, frankincense, and then one that helps you get into a deep meditative state, Nang Chapa, which is good because once you've practiced meditating enough where you can ease that transition for yourself, entering that deep meditative state when you sleep, and then just having that, like, oh, beautiful experience right there. Now that you have the physical protections out of the way, now we are going to start creating your in-dream protections. Think of Nightmare on Elm Street Dream Warriors when they created their superhero personas, like the guy in the wheelchair. He could walk in his dreams, he could fight. They were confident, they were able to defeat Freddy at the end. This is something that you can do at any age, especially as kids. They are more vulnerable and more pursued by demons within dreams because of their innocence and their pure energy. So this is something that you can sit down and do with your kids, or you could just do by yourself. You can draw it out. You can draw out your protection. And what I mean by that is like drawing out your weapons, drawing out some information, drawing out what you would take in the dreams with you to protect yourself and to aid you within your dreams. Like for this, I have an example right here. So my dream protections, and you don't have to like be Picasso or anything. You can just draw a sword, a wand. You can draw like your superpowers and like what you would be able to do. I drew little cloaks, so if you didn't want to be perceived or seen within your dreams, you can have like a cloak on. And then I wrote down some affirmations as well that you can say to yourself before you go to sleep, so you can gain better control and power within your dreams. Now that you have all these tools, now it's just about putting it all into practice. Be careful with like what you watch, read, or like listen to before you go to sleep. If you're watching a horror movie before you go to sleep, best believe you're gonna have some kind of nightmare. So balance it out. You watch a horror movie, watch something lighthearted and funny. You can watch a comfort TV show. You can watch a Disney movie or something like that that brings you comfort, that relaxes, and also raises that vibration that you were previously in. set the tone for when you are sleeping. So again, like, create that safe environment for yourself before you go to sleep, so you're not going to bed in fear or anxious or stressed, because those can definitely affect where you go within the dream world. And then just listen and take note within your dreams. Again, once you do that, you can journal that, and then you can have more consistency and create more lucidity within your dreams. That is it for this video. Um, I do plan on the future to hopefully be able to offer dream readings and dream deciphering readings. So if you guys would be interested in any of that, please let me know. Maybe I'll also create more information, or just maybe some like worksheets to better aid within the dream protection thing. I do want to go more into dreams and how you can like manifest in them and create your higher self and connect with the higher self within them. But I feel like that might be another video. Maybe I'll do that video this week. But yeah, just let me know if you guys have any questions or if there are any other videos that you guys would like me to do. Bye.